What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King, and we're here with Bad Girl. And last episode, we got interestingly close on a few of those relationships. Not really anything finite, mind you, but hey, close enough, right? Anyway, as I always say, actually, not as I always say, because it's the season finale for this show. So, now, as I always say, it is highly appreciated if y'all could let the video run through and let me hit the watch time. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment anything that might enter your mind. Follow if you're on one of those other platforms as it is. And, well, if we get an intro and outro in this episode, we're going to show the respect of watching it, so y'all on the orange platform will get to enjoy that. And that all said, let's get into the final episode of Bad Girl and see if we finally get resolution in one way or the other. You know, might not have been as smooch heavy as Watanabe, but maybe we'll get at least one between, you know, a finite couple. It's a comedy though, probably not, but who knows. Well, damn, Atori's leaving you in the dust to study abroad, going to America, which is not only just America, but Chicago. Double danger. Well, she came to school, she just passed out. Defeated. Damn. I understand, assuming you're a bug of some kind. I do it myself sometimes, but like that. Yeah, she didn't do it directly. Some bad girl to say violence is bad. Violence when it deserved is fine. It's violence when it's not deserved that it's not fine. And I know everyone has their own perception of deserved, but when it's a group knowledge that it's deserved, you know, like Roblox players, you know, ones just openly admitting to us about the whole, you know, stealing you part. Though she did just say she'll be lonely, so she went from, guess I'll be lonely without her too. Oh wait, hey, he'll be lonely, huh? No, she really is so giddy. Like, damn, you don't need to reveal all of that to you. Like, I don't know, there's something about loving a butterfly and letting it go and it'll come back. I don't know. That's not actually a phrase, but pretty sure the only organ you could actively offer her, and that's only like metaphorically, is your heart. And you've been kind of a bitch about that since that's been your intention the entire time. Yeah, no, she totally just like admitted it when she asked how it would feel if you was leaving. Because like that right there is a full-on answer of, yeah, you are the most important to me. It's like, wait, well, okay, we get the flashback to the first episode. I'm pretty sure she'd be fine with that. Yeah? Yeah, you just literally imagined her as all of those things. You know, obedient, loyal, kinda dumb. Yeah, nope, it's you to a T. She knows. She's not actually just... I think you'll be fine as you are. Yeah, your hair color kinda matches that vibe. The rest of you? I don't know about that. Maybe like Disney Cerberus or Harry Potter Cerberus. Okay, is that what it's called? Because, like, fuck that. Because, like, high key, there's a lot of things I smell in my life that make me either nostalgic or creeped out. I didn't know it had a word. Now I know. Okay, 2 questions. 1, how is burnt soy sauce what you ended up on? 2, how do you narrow that down into, I guess in her case, would be an aphrodisiac? I don't think that's going to work as well as she hopes. Damn. Damn, and she just mentioned that flashback we had to where it basically admitted Suzu has a crush on you. And now it's like, do I gotta study hard so I can follow you like you did with her? Yeah, sorry, Suzu. That's just kind of like a thing friends do. Especially when friends have better things in their life to go after than what's already there. So she's gonna ask this question just to like see what the real divide between her and Otori is. Her best friend between the love interest. But again, she also kind of has her own love interest in the case here. Man, doing a speed run of drama, aren't they? Pause. Okay, I don't know the exact measurement she just mentioned, but that's kind of like the answer she wanted. Now, is you saying that with like the intent that they'd remain friends even if Suzu moved? Because at minimum, that's probably what she'd want. Or is she just spewing her normal dumb thing? Okay, but she's so genuine and so pure. Like, you, Yutani, do not change. Like, bless your dumb, gay little heart. Oh, but the real question. Don't sell yourself short, you. You just gave a good answer. And then Suzu covering up how much that actually meant to her. Okay, but like, title of the episode makes it believe that it'd be like a confession, right? The wording of that is insane. And Suzu's probably up there so disappointed. Yep, she gone. Yeah, but what did you expect? She is pure, she is gay, and she is weird. She is all these things to an extreme, and it makes her that much more lovable. And just confirming, it's unfortunate that her organs are fine. I don't think you should polish your organs. Like, 9 times out of 10, that'd probably kill you. Okay, but like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Women in suits. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like actually as a gay vibe or just a happenstance. It is a good look. Speaking of women in suits, I should watch Togen Anki at some point. Will I do that live? I don't know. But there's one woman in a suit that like made me want to watch that show. I don't think that is basically what she said. Wait, how is she arguing with Yu's internal dialogue? Hold up. I don't think offering your internal organs as a whole will work. Like, the cliche from rom-coms of the 80s and 90s is, you know, stop them at the airport and offer your heart, and sometimes that works. But I feel like offering your internal organs as a whole might be a little weird. And if they're into that, well, that's just bonus points, really. Are they still at the school? Where'd that cat come from? And poor Suzu being so nervous about her own future of this whole relationship. I can give you money instead. That is not quite what she was asking. I love how you had to specify it. Did she catch a conversation about a past situation before she came back about the whole high school thing? Did those people fuck Yu's mind up on accident? Oops. You developed a sister complex. I think you might want to, like, take a look at your sister's phone sometime. Meanwhile, Suzu just inputting her own opinion in things. Why do I feel like the camera flashing from up there is Mizu? Yes, her dogs. Not you. Well, yeah. So, what do you think she's gonna say? Because, like, there's people she could say, and then there's something completely unhinged she could say. I'm going with unhinged, knowing how the show's going. Snake Girl, Rue, Suzu, and most importantly, motherfucker, you just waiting for her name to be mentioned like forgetting me and I'm right here. There's the confirmation. But, like, did you have to add her at the end and make it sound like you didn't care? Like, damn, bitch. Yes, you. Confession. A proper confession. She just began crying because she had her own fucking... Like, it's the initial joy that she's not actually going anywhere that probably hit her first. And then it's all of the other things of, like, I don't know how to convey my emotions. Fuck. Okay, maybe she has a little bit of that Ajisai in her if that's her first reaction when someone starts crying. Yeah, because you misheard those fucking people earlier and things got awkward. But Diamond thinks that's the first time she's actually, like, made any sort of physical action intentionally towards Tori. Offering her internal organs again. No! Rude. Meanwhile, Suzu's up there probably slightly offended again. What we call soup. Yeah, you think? Wait, how... Who fucked that up? Eh? Oh. She did hear Chicago. Just Chicago. Right. And we have the outro playing, so definitely the last bit. You could, ask to go with her. Eh? Rude as hell to say, but... I mean, if fucking with her is your sport. See, you could have gone with her. Eh? I think that'd be welcomed by her. Phrasing and context with this kind of screenshot. For real. Hold on, pan back. I need to get a full picture of that one for a potential thumbnail. Yeah, but isn't that always the kind of crazy shit that happens? Is the final cast finally gonna make it into the sky together? Okay, close enough. They all fell together. Why is she talking to herself? Like, she's already close to a Tori. Does she really have to keep up the whole bad girl skit? I know that's the name of the show, but, like, you've, like, won 90% of the way into a Tori's heart. Why don't you just, like, settle? There's really no need. Not biased. Yeah, no, I love the explanation as to why sausage is the ultimate evil, let alone why the people that make them are the ultimate evil. Like, to whatever extent that person that made a hot dog out of every animal, that person might be fucked up in the head. Because, like, I saw the thumbnail to that, and even if as a joke, it's kind of fucked up. Then again, I also laughed when a hot Asian woman took a cat and a rabbit, respectively, in 2 different videos and kind of tossed them off screen and started cooking something. You know, leaving assumptions. But that's also a hot Asian woman doing it instead of, like, a big, burly, potentially European man. That's haggis! Like, that is not what a sausage is, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess I could be wrong of what, like, sausages are. But I'm pretty sure, similar to hot dogs, sausages are made in casings. I could be wrong about that. I don't eat many sausage-type things. I have little sausages. I really need to, like, find that crock pot we supposedly have and find a recipe to make those. But other than that, I don't really eat sausage much. Like, but I'm pretty sure, again, made similarly to hot dogs, and they have their own casings. Hence, you know, the things that they're, like, tied together on here. You should go say something that's gonna piss you off as the ultimate bad thing. You know, like using a Tori as an example. Also, I have food in the fridge, but why do I kind of want a hot dog after looking at those? Did she just... Yeah. Like, what? Come on. Wait, hold on. What answer was she giving at first? What does she mean by work it into a lather and then rinse it out? What do you mean by that? Based opinion by Rue Senpai. Okay, if we're going by general standards, maybe. Because, like, again, said before, you know, she got the front, she got the back. And, you know, this whole thing, pretty good too. So, like, general standards? Yeah, sure. And they just completely lost interest in her point. Yeah. Oh, the child. Right. Like I said in the last episode, I kind of forgot they existed for the most part if they weren't in the intro and had minor relevance for 2 episodes. Also, do I want to know what they're printing? The answer to that before she even says it is no, because that's a Tory on the cover. Though, you know what? If they can use this to teach people, all from the example of an attractive woman, go for it, kiddos. Like, honestly, I feel like channeling a child's energy into something like this is probably better than what it actually gets channeled into. Especially nowadays. It should just gotta say you. Or something similar to what you would think of, like, being separated from a Tory's presence for extended periods of time. That's pretty reasonable for a 5-year-old. What do you mean, especially in my case? Okay, for one, she only takes her position in y'all's club half seriously. If that. Maybe now she agrees with Rue a little bit. Oh, good. They get to ask Sumi's opinion on what the worst thing in the world is. Yo, don't remind her of that. That was when she was at her lowest. Yeah, I kind of feel like she would start hurting her. Yeah, relieve stomach pain, because it's putting pain elsewhere. Interesting thought process. I imagine we're going to get a little bit of exposition. I kind of understand it to a point, but go on. Okay, but like, one, I get that as an example of why you think beauty is like an evil thing, but also, this is a very good question. Why is she touching Yu's stomach? Like, is that just kind of her thing? Yes, it is just her thing. Understandable. Personal space is definitely an important thing to have. And if someone crosses that line, well, they can be considered a villain, sure. Complete asshole, depending on the, circumstance. Like concerts. I get that concerts, everyone's all crowded together on the lawn in, a lot of cases. But when, like, you're sitting in one place, you don't expect people to just keep coming in from all angles and bothering you. Happened to us in the Blink-182 concert. We were in a good position, just kind of sitting there enjoying ourselves, and people just kind of kept getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Like, I understand y'all want to be as close to the fucking frontal area as possible, take pictures and shit, but Jesus Christ, when there's people sitting there, in a chair and a walker, don't crowd up on them. That's like an asshole thing to do. And matter of factly, that's kind of an open thing. You're the kind of person that goes at concerts and like gets, hammered or whatever and starts getting in people's personal spaces. Don't be surprised if you get decked. Also, I love how she's talking about personal space and Subaru's just like playing with Yu's hair the whole time. I'm not supposed to be alone. Meanwhile, surprise sister attack. She really does just want to call her Suzu-chan the whole time, and it's so hard not to say the full name for her. Yeah, no, that's also kind of based as hell. If it weren't for the syscon thing. Phrasing. Oh, right, Atori's kind of like 90% of those bad things that were talked about before wrapped in one. Right. Okay. Okay, I was wondering where they were going to fit the sausage part in with this whole discussion, and now I know. But the fact that that got put that exact way... Though, in a weird way, her uniform does kind of remind me of, I don't know, it starts with B, I just... The sausage thing and the outfit. I just can't place my tongue on it. Oh well. True. Okay, now come on. Like I would. No, no, no. You cannot fucking just do that after I make a comment like that. That is just. Oh my god. The fact I literally just made a reference like that and then dropped this line on me is insane. Oh my god. Please do not make it worse after I hit the play button. Like the fact I referenced that kind of content and then you immediately throw this line at me. Oh my god. Good lord. Like, I'm not gonna have a takeaway about my thought processes on anything to do with that, but like, literally, this is not pre-watching the way I made that comment, and this just kind of on top of it. Just picked up her sister and ran away with her like luggage. Shit, she's right. Fuck. Do we get an end of series comedy bit? Yes, we do. A little bit of a flashback. You'd think that sandwiching your legs would actually make you warmer. Excuse. Also, like adding on top of that comment, the thighs on that woman, like, can kind of see where the childhood friend thing escalated. Not gonna add on top of that considering the actual age they're in, and on top of that, stop looking down there, you freaks. Actually, you know what? I was about to say something given the positioning, but again, given the age for the current point of the show, that might be pushing my whole moral thing a little bit much. So I'm gonna leave the gay jokes out of it for now. But also, this show is really just full of the best out of context moments, though. Like, even if it never committed to anything too gay, it is so good for out of context moments. Like, the thing I broke up about a few minutes ago is one of those things, but this is also up there. No, wait, I'm with her on that though. Like, a cute girl laying across your lap is definitely a peak level of softness and warmth. So, like, to what she's saying here, I definitely do envy. Again, for the moral point of things, maybe not to the exact point, but for the example given, yeah, I feel a bit of envy towards that. And, like, yeah, it'd be great to, like, share it around. That, however, is better. Okay, maybe it was calling her lap pillow all hers was the whole finalizing of her having a crush on you. Again, I'm just saying, can we remind, have I been wrong once that is like a universal symbol of Yuri content? Because I'm pretty sure, even if just in the past like 3 or 4 shows I've watched involving Yuri content, this has been a hand gesture. It really is a shame that you like fell so hard for Tori though, because like Suzu was literally just right there for her. Just outrightly calling her a Tsunare. And that's what you get. Also true. Honestly, yeah. Suppose that's a kind of a cute way to go about things. You have your core group on the right, your secondary group on the left. Like, it's another one of those times where I'm sad that, like, they're 99% of the way into the Yuri category. They just didn't commit, and it's unfortunate really when they don't commit like this. I mean, Slime 300, another one of those shows where they're, like, a lot of the way there. They just never committed. But, honestly, it was a really fun show. I am super upset still for it being the target from whatever fake company wanted to copyright strike me. Like, that is the one thing I will resent this show for. But I don't resent the show. I just hate the coincidence of that's what they chose to target. And, like, honestly, I do believe that copyright should work in the way of, if a company is actually mad at you for something, they give a creator who knows their rights, at least a little bit of a chance to remove it or edit it further or something. Drop a comment, shoot an email that's like, hey, yeah, you're not allowed to use this even if you're doing everything legally, so could you remove it? Thanks. And if you don't do that within a certain amount of time, then they have the right to yell at you. But that's just me, the one who, like, sees other people doing the exact same kind of shit I do and getting away with it. But then again, maybe the reason I got in trouble for it is using, like, new episodes of things, so maybe me waiting a few months to upload even the cut up versions isn't a bad idea. But we'll see on how long I take for that. What I will say, though, is the show was good. The whole idea of you being a bad girl, that did not work out any amount for her ever. And Suzu seeming like a bad girl honestly came out as a wash because she eventually did make friends with those other girls, I think. Like, based on the whole bit at the end of the other episode, I'm going to assume that happened. But you can let me know your thoughts on the show as a whole, because, like, listen, I'll bring up morally, I'll say, again, the teacher is the hottest one, but if we want to actually talk about who the hottest one in the core is, honestly, it's a question. Like, my two favorite answers are Tori and you, which also is probably my favorite main ship from the show. But also, there are some exceptions that could be made. But I ain't gonna delve too deep into that because then that'd be just be weird, wouldn't it? What I will delve into is I need, more stuff like this that actually commits further, similar to Watanabe, the good, wholesome, a little bit of drama, Yuri vibe. Excuse if you heard. But also commits to things. Because, like, there's a lot of Yuri content that commits to it, but that's delving more into, like, an action kind of area. Or more of, a drama area. I've seen a bunch of Yuri things in my time of watching anime, and there's a good amount of them that are, very direct and obvious about it. And then there's others that just avoid it. And then there's the middle that use the obvious, but for cynical purposes, which is just very unfortunate. God damn those low flying planes. But, like, yeah, if we can get something that's more like this or Watanabe, maybe even something more like Sakura Trick, to where it's kind of like Watanabe because it commits, but maybe a little too much. But then again, maybe it's not too much because they also did, like, a drama bit within the last few episodes of that. So, like, while they committed too much, they also focused on a plot later. But you can let me know about all that stuff in the comment section, as well as, like I said, thoughts about how the entire show went. Because I can't talk about an actual plot line other than you wanting to get Tori's attention, and Suzu also wanting to get Yu's attention, I guess. So, like, overall it kind of ended wholesomely, but maybe we'll get a season 2 of some silly shenanigans, as a lot of other Yuri-ish anime do. Like Euro Yuri, which I don't think I ever watched the 3rd season of that. I might need to sometime, but yeah, it'd be cool if this kind of thing got a season 2 one day. Let me know your thoughts on the entirety of the show, the plot, the genre, my words on it, and yeah, all that stuff. As well as, of course, let me know about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Specifically, in this case, pertaining to what I said, the Yuri category. Preferably committing, but hey, if they're not committing and it's just the vibes, like a lot of the cute girls do X thing kind of thing, that's fine too. Like the biking anime that's out running right now that I need to check out at some point. Bit late in the day, so I probably won't do it now, but eventually. That all said, hit the like button, subscribe or follow depending on where you're watching, subscribe to the gaming channel, ring both bells to the Baboon place, follow Facebook, TikTok, or follow Twitter, Blue Sky, keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visuals and audio of the stuff I upload. Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free, that helps me out immensely for the temporary, that's for the long term. If you're on the Baboon side, playlist, video. Until next time, Ben the Blazer King, say out, ta-ta for now. Peace.